Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another one. Look right behind me. 2015 F10 BMW M5 S63 V8 twin turbo. This is from my buddy Grant Davis. Thanks for letting me do reviewing your car. No further ado, let's get right to this. Alright, so no further ado, this is a 2015 M5 V8 S63 motor, 4.4 liter twin turbo. Stock 500 horse, but this one's been tuned. So Grant got this thing custom tuned. Exhaust, downpipe, and a bunch of other stuff, but it's currently pushing at 710 horsepower, 690 foot-pounds of torque. That's crazy amount of power, and it's all driven by the rear wheel. This is similar to my M6 I had it back in the days. Same color. We both got similar mods in both of our cars. This and the M6 basically is very similar, just different in the chassis, the design, the interior. But as far as power plant, they both share very similar power plant. 7-speed DCT wet clutch, 6-piston front brakes. So Grant got this car lower, so of course, as you can see, the wheel's tucked underneath it, just right close to where it's supposed to be, close to the fender well. He's running 305 on the rear. The front, I believe he's currently on the stock, which is 265. So there's a lot of things he did to this car already. A lot of cosmetic stuff as well too. Of course, your M5 side badging is black as well. The trims on your door handles. A lot of minor stuff make the car really stands out. Trunk deck lid, carbon fiber rear on the diffuser with the exhaust, quads. Very clean, executed car. So from the back, the car is really wide. So when you compare this to your standard 5 Series, this one has wider fender arches. The stance of difference is a lot wider as well. Then of course you can tell by the quad pipes. Also look at the brakes. These are 20-inch rims, but the rotor is just as big as close to the rim, should I say, but it's very big. But you walk your way on the front. Of course the M5 comes with the badging on the side. Standard 5 Series don't. These are, like I said again, 6 pistons, Brembos on the front. Again, rotors are huge. But you also look by just the front of the car, you can tell by the opening. Now these are real grill, they're all functional. You got your intercooler on both sides, left and right, as well as oil cooler for the DCT transmission and your radiator. Again, all these grills are real, not your fake grills, okay guys? These are all real functional. Lights are LED. All LED, high beam, low beam, and also adaptive. Look left, look right, high beam comes up as well. And yes, all these are available in 2015. Then you're gonna have another look at it before I go inside the car. All right, so here you have it inside the 2015 M5. So the seats are different than your regular 5 Series. These do have the adaptive seat where if you turn a corner, the side bolster will hug you in or release this. Same goes for the front. Now these things are really comfortable seats, by the way. All the adjustment, even your thigh support as well. It does have heated and ventilated seats. Same goes for the steering wheel, it is heated as well. Everything is power, telescopic. The usual, press the brakes before you start the car. Everything comes up with the door shut, by the way. Now these are soft close. Pull them in a little bit. There you go. They're pulled in snug and tight. Carbon stereo. Your typical BMW interior of this era. Nothing has changed much. But considering it's 2015, it's still very modern. Look at these seats. Tell me how comfortable that look. Look at that. Your usual dual clutch transmission. Press the brakes, neutral, reverse, neutral, drive, upshift, downshift. Right here is gonna be your iDrive. Controls everything up here. If you used to be in your iDrive before, you're real familiar with this. If not, all your shortcuts are around here. You go back to the main option. Then you can write what you want to write or just scroll through this. It does have 360 cam. It does have backup cam as well. As you can see, you can set the transmission, how aggressive you want to shift. You can do your engine performance from basically to Eco to Sport Plus, suspension stiffening, steering wheel. So basically you can control the whole aspect of the vehicle behavior. This right here will show you on the front left and front right because the car nose is pretty long, so you can't really see. Let's say you got to get out somewhere and then you got some obstruction on the front, you can't see well. So this kind of show you where you are according to the nose of the car. Very, very useful feature. And again, this is your traditional analog and LED gauges. Your pedal is mounted on a steering wheel, upshift and downshift. Now, I would prefer this to be a column mount, that way you always know where your shiftings are, but it's like this. Ever since the SMG, it's always been a column mount, steering wheel mount. So it's fine the way it is. All your steering wheel functions here, and leather stitching. Now it's real beefy. I'm used to it, I really like it. Japanese car a little more thinner, European, they kind of got this on point, so it's really, really, really thick. Your typical 10 and 2, real good point. Now you can upgrade your steering wheel to carbon as well too if you like. They do have a lot of options for upgrades. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it does have head-up display. I know it's kind of hard to see here. But other than that, this is your typical BMW interior. Now it's very roomy. Same go for the back. You can see 3 very comfortable. The top is full Alcantara sway, of course power roof as well. Power shades in the back. You got shades on the side as well. So let me show you underneath the hood of this car. Alright, so the engine bay is kind of dirty. It's been a while, he hasn't driven this car much. But this is the S63 twin turbo. These are Garrett turbo, by the way, from BMW. And these are water cooled in the cooler. Again, like I said, factory is 500 horse. This one's been tuned with a lot of work underneath it. Of course, the engine cover is covering it up. Stock intake do just fine. It is turbocharged. These things got a lot of airflow. So for anyone who owns one of these cars out there, your stock system work is fine. Don't let people tell you anything else. These stock intake will do as well. It's just the aftermarket brand will do, but it's just quieter. But again, your typical V8. This has been out for a while, even till today. It's been modded and updated. But here you go, your S63. And of course, like I said, the transmission is 7-speed DCT wet clutch transmission. All right, let's do a road test of this M5. As always, press the brake, hit the start. Always wear a seatbelt, always, always, always. All right, Grant, your car's kind of hot, so I gotta run your AC, okay? Close the roof. Well, the shades is power. All right, there we go. Handbrakes down. So again, this is 710 horsepower, 690 foot-pounds of torque. I'm gonna drive it easy, not do anything crazy. I don't wanna go and power sliding around and all stuff like that. All right, let me get out this parking lot real quick. Now, suspension-wise, it is lower. Not by a lot, but it is enough to where you get a good stance, but the ride's still comfortable. You can still set your electronic dampener soft to Sport or Sport Plus. It felt very similar to my M6, even with these mods and suspension. So not that big of a difference, by the way. Power-wise, very similar to what I had before, so I'm real used to this. But he does have a clutch upgrade, so it does bite really, really aggressively. No slippage. These things known to slip, I believe, roughly around 690-ish foot-pounds of torque. It'll begin to slip. But this one's been beefed up already. Grant got it done, so there's no slipping involved. It's dead on. Power's right there. So if you compare this to American V8, these are the smaller one, only 4.4 liter. Your typical American is 5.0 and above. But these things has just as much or more power than your traditional American muscle car has. And trust me, it is really, really fast. Very, very powerful. Lots and lots of low-end torque. I remember back in the days when I first drove an M3, the S54, and I wasn't all into it. I was like, you know what, inline 6, why people bragging about these M cars? But the amount of torque at low end is just amazing, and the gear ratio is just perfect. So ever since then, I fell in love with BMW with M cars. Then I got several M3s going forward, M5 as well, and M6. And here we are. Any one of you guys ever looking to a performance sedan or any performance that you already own a performance car, look into the, your European, especially the BMW M car. Handling wise, it's dead on precision. Suspension wise, it's real stiff. No interior rattle noise. Everything's high quality. Full leather all the way around. It's like a cocoon of leather. Alcantara. I mean, everything here is leather. It's all premium. No corner cuts. So you should look into it. And The maintenance is not that bad. They're not as bad as you think they are. They don't break down unless you don't do your maintenance, okay? Do your maintenance, these things will last. Again, do your maintenance, these things will last. People neglect on oil changes, you know, running cheap oil, cheap parts. Now you wonder why your car break down. Especially a car this caliber. So you really want to just use the best and do everything on time like it should be, and it wouldn't be any issue at all. You know, there's this Volvo in front of me. Everybody's moving, and they trying to make a turn on a double solid yellow line, which is illegal. Look at that, unbelievable. In the middle of traffic. Welcome to Atlanta. We can't drive. It's pretty bad, but that's Atlanta. Back to the car. Again, power is right there. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna turn the DCT up to level 3. I like my steering wheel sport, performance on the engine sport plus, dampener on sport. So you can do all your preference through here, or you can set on your M1 and M2, and that way you can do, without going through these adjustments, you make a shortcut on it and press the M1, it'll load your profile and your setting, or M2, it'll do the same thing. That way you gotta do none of this, and you do it on fly. You can drive, someone pull up, you want to have some fun, set that M2 or M1, whatever you want to do, click that button, your car changes, the whole dynamic, become a different beast. So we work on a lot of these cars at the shop too, by the way. So you guys do need some kind of work, just let us know. There will be a link on the bottom to our facility. As far as any issue with these cars I have in the past, we don't have much issues at all. Car come in, been rock solid. Again, it's really down to how well you maintain your car. If you poorly maintain your car, I don't care what you're driving, they all gonna break down regardless. I mean, this thing, the back seat is more roomier than my M6, because the M6 is more like a coupe, and then, well, mine was a Grand Coupe, but it kind of extended out the back. But this seemed to be much more usable back seat than mine. Mine back there is pretty cramped, but this one's real comfortable. The seat's actually wider than the M6, by the way. The visibility is a lot easier to see than the M6. You do sit a little higher, you get better visibility. Not as much as wind noise as the M6 has, because this window has actual trim that goes around it, while the M6 is a trimless setup, so it's more noisy. Wow. It got power. It picks up really quick. I don't know if you can hear it, but the exhaust note sounds amazing. You can hear the turbo spool up as well too. So like I said, he does have downpipe and a custom tune, so it does push out some really good numbers. But you gotta be real careful with these things though. The tail end does become happy if you turn the traction off, so you really gotta watch out for that back end and see what it's doing. Otherwise, you can see yourself in a whole lot of trouble. I had the issue with the M6 before in the past. I did a fuel spun by accident, almost hit the guardrail. But luckily I was doing like almost 40 miles per hour, so nothing really bad happened. So just be really careful with a rear wheel drive car. Once you turn the M mode off, you're in full control of the car, so you gotta be really careful. It's easy to control, but it's also easy to lose control. So those are the things that you gotta be really careful with these cars. Other than that, I mean, these are rock solid vehicle. I do recommend you guys go out there and you find an M5, even if it's used, go at it. You really gonna like it. Just get it inspected before you buy it. Otherwise, you can buy yourself into a lot of troubles. You know, especially if one been dogged out, turbo gone bad, clutch is slipping, stuff like that. So be really careful. But like I said, these things, you find a good one, trust me, you can really enjoy it. Other than that, this is your M5 F10, and it's from Grant. Thank you again for letting me review your car. Until then, we'll see you next time.